lives in a monochrome world, broken from the sight through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. And sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The light of the day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on.
Alright everybody, and welcome back. Alright everybody, we're here, we're ready, we're going. Alright. Let's get back to Cinderella Phenomenon, and since this is in such high demand for you guys, I'm going to record a lot of episodes of this series tonight, because damn, you guys are just begging for this. So, we'll go. I find it funny that you are, and yet half of you have already played it. I'm sitting here like, what? Okay. It's eerily quiet at night. I stop when I hear faint sounds coming from outside. Go outside. I'm actually gonna check my mic volume. Mic volume real quick to make sure you guys can hear me, actually. Yep, it's as usual. Alright. Well, I did say I needed some fresh air. No point in backing out now. I walk out to the front door. Princess. Gosh. I turn and see Delora looking at me with amusement flickering in her eyes. Princess, what are you doing? I need air. There's like no oxygen in here. Except for that plant there, nothing. Getting some fresh air. It's dangerous out at night, you know. You know? You know! You can't just keep me inside like some caged bird. I didn't say you had to stay inside, I said it was dangerous. You might need to get your ears checked. Damn. Then there won't be any problem with me going out right now. Princess, you only hear what you want to hear. You can't go outside without an escort. Then come with me! I'm not gonna go too far. Before Delora can stop me, I walk out the front door and head to the direction of the sounds. You must be the most disobedient princess I've ever met. And you must be the most annoying witch. Delora lets out an undignified snort as she catches up to me. Fine, then we'll go on this little night stroll together. Yay! Why in the woods? Delora and I eventually find ourselves in the forest. Those sounds. It sounds like metal against metal. Well, I guess with you being partnered with Karma, you would find out eventually. Excuse me? I get the answer to my question when we walk through the trees and come into a clearing. I finally see where the sounds are coming from. Oh! Look who's a man! Two men stand in the clearing, swords clashing. One of the men is Garland, who is poised with his sword. It takes me a moment to realize that the other is Karma, who isn't in a dress. So it was he who was with Walt that night. Neither he nor Garland noticed us at first. Princess, you're staring. Of course I am. What is all this? A practice session. Karma is a very talented swordsman, and he practices at night with either Jurian or Garland, depending on who's not on patrol. Karma can use a sword that well. The king told me that once that only knights could have such skill. Oh gosh. Just who is Karma? It's good friggin' what? Who are you? Why are you a man? Why are you also a woman? Why is your hair so long and flowy? Oh, if it isn't the princess. Shh. His voice is nothing like a feminine voice I always hear from him. Karma actually sounds like a man. This is the weirdest. Notice him looking at me in between his strikes with a little smile. How does he remain so composed and steady with the distraction? Princess, hi! Karma quickly finds an opening in Garland's hesitant stance and then pins him to the ground with his sword, still smiling. To be distracted is to die, Garland. I know. The ability to see your distractions and then put them in the back of your mind is one every knight should know. Hone? Hone, sorry. You must know everything that is happening around you, but only deal with the pertinent things. Yes, sir! Yes, sir. Karma straightens, sword in hand. Moments later, Garland stumbles to his feet and gives an obedient bow. Karma nods at him before sheathing his sword. A slow melancholy begins to creep into my heart. For some reason, seeing his sword practice makes me feel nostalgic, but I'm not sure why. What are you practicing for? To protect, princess. Knowing the sword is the same as knowing the shield. It means to protect. To protect. I think I remember having that kind of conversation with them before. Look, we're gray. I can never figure out how to counter an opponent when they're mere inches from my face. Just slap them. My commander called that one of the enemy's kiss. Wow. The standoff where your eyes lock onto your opponents because of the proximity. The best way to counter that is to feint the sword into the opposite direction. It throws your opponent off because they're not looking. So, did he literally just say throw your sword? Okay. Well, that makes sense, but the enemy's kiss, what a name! It seems so dramatic for a sword move, doesn't it? Swordplay is dramatic, though, isn't it? Isn't the most effective swordplay not meant to be flashy? Princess, I did not notice you there. Well, nobody ever does. Good morning, Princess. Well, the most effective swordplay cannot be predicted. The commander says it needs to be robust. And quick. Sometimes swordplay can look like dancing, though, which is why some think that professionals are flashy. That seems unnecessary. Everyone has their own methods, their own skills. All of us knights fight for different reasons as well. Isn't it to protect all of us in the palace? Well, yes, but to protect everyone in the castle for different reasons, Princess. Oh, flash, jeez. The knights protect for different reasons. I turned to Karma. But Karma, you're not a knight. No, I am most definitely not. But since Garland Jurian begged me to teach them, I have somehow become their mentor. There's no way Garland and Jurian would do that. After all, the both of them were the best knights in NGL before they were stripped of their titles. Karma actually speaks the truth. Jurian and I really did have to get down on our knees to beg him to instruct us. My eyes are going different places. Is Karma really so talented? Wink. Ah, I see when you're a man, your sparkles don't disappear. Got it. So you are finally impressed with me. What do you think, Princess? I am the picture of elegance in this outfit, aren't I? I'm more confused than anything. You know, I don't know why you and Rumple fight so often. You really are very similar. Not even gonna bother. Don't compare me to that fool. He has no class. Just because you come from different backgrounds doesn't mean he has less class. So the reason you were so tired today is because you do these practices at night? Oh ho, I suppose I've been caught red-handed. I almost said I've caught the redhead. Why does this have to be secret? Does it have to do with Karma's curse? I only wish I knew. But he's not in his disguise now. We could have been working on breaking our curse today, but no, you decided that staying up late into the night and practicing was more important. That was probably why you were grumpy this morning. Well, our protection is vital, don't you think? Garland, you were at the palace. How is it that Karma possesses more skill with the sword than you? Princess! Was that rude? Karma is special, Princess. He's more talented with the sword than a lot of other people. But why? Who exactly are you? And I do pride myself in being a splendid instructor. But never fear, Princess. I will help you dispel your curse. After all, you did just suggest that we were still partners. Fuck. Can he really help me with my curse? But how will he do that by just presenting opportunities? We'll try again tomorrow, darling. But for now, Garland and I have some more work to do. This time, Garland, do not lose focus. Yes, sir! The sound of swords carries through the night air. And for a long while, I stand with the door, watching the two men fight. Karma chides Garland often, telling him that his concentration is waning. Karma's a good swordsman, perhaps even better than the palace knights. His nimble swordplay repeats again and again in my head, even when I return to the tavern for the night. Well. Great! Sexto, I've told you before that the knights are an unruly bunch. I don't like you. But Mother, they're so much fun to watch. They are dangerous, Sexto. Any person with a sword has a potential to use it on you. But Father said that those knights are supposed to protect me. That they are, as that is their order, but as people, they may not be so good, Sexto. Not so good? The king has told you that the knights are meant to use swords to protect you, but you cannot trust them completely. This girl, this woman, this chick. What is this mouth over here? Even though father said that they would keep me safe? Sometimes the people we trust are the most deceitful, and a man with a sword has a weapon to use against you. No matter what he says, be wary that he can turn on you. Haven't I told you before that you should not trust people? This kid she literally grew up screwed up. She ended up so screwed. But the knights are... Even knights can be treacherous, Sexto. Do not trust a man with a sword. He can be dangerous. Yes, Mother, I understand. Try to understand, my sweet. I only want you to be safe. Okay? God. This woman. This chick. Is that girlfriends? Oh, God. Great, now what? Jurian, if you don't come at me like you truly mean to stab me, you'll never land a hit. Yes, ma'am. Sir. Oh, God. Gee, It has been about 2 weeks since I first saw Karma here in the forest practicing with Garland. I've come here every night since then, though I never stay as long as Karma since I actually have work to do in the mornings. Alright, here I come. Hurrah! The two swords clash and Karma laughs as he throws Jurian back and taps her lightly on the shoulder with his sword. That makes 4 hits, and that one was easy. It was the best you can do, Jurian. I notice that every time Karma practices with Jurian, he's in his Miss Karma. He's in his Miss Karma disguise. He says it's because of the curse and because he does not want Jurian to fall in love with him. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think, and I can't. Isn't he being overdramatic? I doubt someone like Jurian could fall in love with Karma. Wow. Be subtle and quiet. Garland tells me that you're usually good at that. I am, sir, ma'am. The hair on my nose. Ah, the hair. Then why the exception today? Sir. Darling, it wouldn't happen to be because of the way I'm dressed. No, not at all. That's not distracting at all. Would it? You're still not used to it. Hit the nail on the head, have I? It's not very chivalrous to hurt a lady, of course, but that logic applies to men as well. An enemy is an enemy, Jurian, even if your enemy is a delicate flower like myself. He's a delicate flower. Delicate flower. Jurian, you should hit him on the head for that. But Princess, he's not delicate at all. Jurian laughs and I scowl at her. Is she laughing at me? No, she's laughing at what you said. God, you are so hopeless. You and Karma seem to get along. I doubt it. Oh, Princess, you wounded me. You always say that. You wounded me where Jurian's blade cannot. Something flashes at Jurian's eyes, and she readies her sword again. Karma stands ready as Jurian rushes at him with her sword. Their swords clash again. I wonder. Karma, your back's open. Karma turns, Jurian taps him on the shoulder and laughs aloud. I did it, a single hit! Looks like you have a weakness too, Karma. That was funny. No, it wasn't a weakness, it was a lack of sleep catching up with me. He listened to me. He told Garland the other day that it was crucial to listen and watch the most important things. Alright, practice is over for now. I can see Garland coming for his practice. Karma walks to the corner to have a drink. I should probably head back to the tavern soon, but there's something I want to see first. On her way out, Jurian gives a solemn nod to Garland. She pauses to say something to him and then looks at me, noticing my vague curiosity. I was just mentioning what a good swordsman Karma is. I've seen him fight, and I've seen him and Karma fight. I've seen him fight, and Karma is good with a... What? And Karma is a good swordsman. There's no doubt about it, yet practicing with him is really so special. He's fast on his feet and quick with his reactions. He's an excellent person to train under, even better than most of the commanders in the palace. I can second that. Even better than Ross, remember him? The first commander we trained under. The one that punished slow learning with extra exercises. Oh dear. He always had to do more exercising than I did. Something about you being distracted. I was watching the way you swung your sword to make sure you didn't hurt yourself. Aww, you've always been overprotective. Well, Aww, they're in love. They both suddenly stopped to look at Karma, who is smiling slyly on the side. Why does he have that look on his face? Well, that's a sign. We can't keep the commander waiting. Garland shakes his head, his expression snapping back into something more serious. Right. The two exchange a quick farewells before Jurian waves and steps out of the clearing, leaving Garland with Karma. You're in a dress today. What's... I'm never gonna get weirded out by this whole thing. Are you two really opposed to hurting me when I'm in a dress, or are you worried about ruining it? No. It's just so strange. You move so well even in a long dress. But yes, Jurian did mention almost stepping on it once. Impossible. I'm in the picture of elegance. Of course, sir. Of course you are. Karma shrugs Garland's comment off. The two ready their swords, then get ready into practice. They get right into practice, sorry. Jurian has taken over Garland's patrol now so that Garland can get into some practice time. So, Garland, have you told Jurian yet? No. The conversation that Karma always has with Garland is real reason I stay behind to watch them practice. I don't understand why Garland answers Karma's question if doing so makes him so depressed. Will you ever say anything to her, Garland? Aw, they're in love. Why don't you just confess to her already? They're in love. Karma lands an easy hit on Garland, who sighs in response. Whenever Garland thinks about Jurian, he gets distracted. I don't understand his feelings at all, but seeing him remain quiet frustrates me. Jurian is talented and poised. I could never be good enough for her. Oh, baby, darling, no. There's nobody else for her. I mean, I'm taking every boy here. Unless she's a lesbian. Huh. You'll never win a woman's heart if you don't compliment her looks as well, Garland. What? Well, she's pretty too. Beautiful, and then there's me. The potato. I gotta look at my... oh, sorry. I was looking at this really weird visual, and I was like $12. Achievement guide. Go outside. I can see why you wouldn't tell her. Okay. Wow, that's mean. Wow. Because she's better than me? No, because if you told her and she refused, then it would be difficult afterwards. Okay, never mind. It's not mean. Okay. You understand, princess. Of course I understand. I'm not stupid. No, I didn't mean it like that. Don't take offense, Garland. That's just the way she talks. A princess is a fragile flower with her petals always curved inward. What does that even mean? See, if it were Jurian, she'd probably know, but I'm just as confused as you are. Oh gosh. I don't think so. I don't think anyone understands half of the fluff Karma speaks. Oh! What's the thingy? Okay. It's because I weave love and dedication into every single one of my words. There's a beauty in deciphering them. But enough idle chatter, sir. Let us continue our training. I end up staying longer than I intended. By the time I consider returning to the tavern, Garland and Karma are wrapping things up for the night. I have a question for Karma, so I wait until Garland leaves before I can approach him. You're still here, princess. Were you seeking out alone time with me by chance? I have enough of that every day when we run errands. I just have a question for you. You always come to the right person. What can I do for you, Princess Exto? You ask Garland the same question every time you train, and he always tells you that he cannot confess. Karma nods in acknowledgement, but his attention is on his sword. He inspects it carefully before sheathing it. It frustrates me. You're frustrated. That look of his always annoys me. Oh my. It's annoying. Did you want to ask me why he won't confess because you're so frustrated? Yes. I suppose after almost 2 months, I do know you a bit better. You would not know anything about me, and I do not know anything about Karma either. Confessing isn't easy, dear Sexto. Surely you must realize that the possibility of rejection is a significant deterrent. But if you never ask, you never get an answer, and the stress of worrying stays with you and ruins everything. Why are you staring at me? Is that the reason you're so blunt, Princess? Blunt? You're far more blunt than I am. Princess Sexto, you are truly amusing. You are as sharp as a knight's blade. I am not amusing. That is a matter of opinion, darling. He really is insufferable. And yet I still come to him for advice. the scariest part of confession is a possibility of rejection. Can you imagine loving someone and then finding out that they don't feel the same way about you? My thoughts shift to the king. My chest tightens. Ah, you're close, Princess Sexto. Karma reaches a hand out to brush brush a strand of hair out of my face. I'm okay. I slap it away without realizing. He pulls his hand back with a gentle sigh. My apologies, Princess. Oh, I cannot imagine. No. Loving someone and finding out that they do not feel the same way. I always knew my father never loved me. My understanding is different from what Karma is referring to. Besides, I no longer hold any love in my heart for the king. I've already given up hope on him. Right? It is a good thing you haven't experienced a rejected love, Princess. It's one of the worst feelings. Aw, Karma. Karma has to be alone, so I returned to the tavern by myself that night. What is this? What does this mean? What does that mean? What was that? And the world may never know. I'm gonna end this episode here, guys, but I'm gonna find words in my head. Gonna continue right off, so see you guys next time. Bye-bye.